Hello and welcome to a new product video showing the Vintagetools VT900 Channelstrip. As some of you might already know, STUDER is not only famous for building some of the best analog reel-to-reel recorders, in fact they also build some great sounding desks, like the small and portable 169269 and the 961-962 consoles, the larger 963 and of course their analog flagship, the 900 series. Nowadays, with many smaller but well-equipped studios asking for professional sound, but no need for a huge mixing desk, Vintagetools has concentrated on offering small, high-quality solutions such as a Sonic Summarizer, our 32-input analog summing amp, custom-racked vintage modules or complete channel strips. The VT900 is a fully refurbished and slightly modified STUDER channel strip, taken from the famous 900 series console. It can be mentioned in a breath with Neve, SSL, Neumann, Corec, API or others. In other words, it truly deserves to be rack-mounted and brought back to your recording chain. Now let's have a closer look at the VT900 rack. First, the front panel. The first thing you might recognize when looking at the front panel is the missing parts. We thought it might be smart to get rid of the components you won't need when the unit is racked, such as the aux ends and pan pots. You now can benefit from a cleaner signal path, a less confusing layout and of course a much better look. On the left-hand side you see the input section. It features the overload LED. It will light up as soon as the signal after the EQ exceeds a level of plus 17 dB. The phantom power switch and LED. It switches on the 48-volt DC phantom power needed for condenser mix. Since the tape input of the channel is not needed, we took the tape input LED for phantom power signalization. The phase switch works for both mic and line input. Next, there are two combined controls consisting of an outer rotary switch and an inner potentiometer. On the left, the rotary switch selects the input source. Only mic and line are connected, so GAN and tape selection will lead to a muted signal. The potentiometer inside is used for line level calibration. It is capable of cutting or boosting the signal by 6 dB. Next to the input section, you will find the mic level control. The gain can be adjusted with a 9-position selector switch in 10 dB steps, in the range of -60 dB to +20 dB. The inner potentiometer gives you an additional, continually adjustable gain of 0 to 12 dB. Both mic and line input are balanced floating point with transformers and can take a maximum input level of +24 dB. Right beside the input unit, the VT900 offers two filters which can be put in the signal flow independently from the equalizer section. The high-pass filter is continuously variable from 30 Hz to 330 Hz. The low-pass filter is continuously variable from 700 Hz to 20 kHz. Both filters can independently be switched on and off simply by turning the switching potentiometer. Let's take a look at the equalizer. The STUDER 900 series came with two versions of mono channels, the A and the B version. In the VT900 you will only find the much better A version. This 4-band parametric equalizer is a powerful and very nice sounding tool. The frequency and the gain of each EQ band can be adjusted with a continuously variable pot. The Q factor of both midbands can be switched from wide to narrow by pulling the cut boost pot. When pulling the cut boost pot of the low or high band, you can switch between bell and shelf characteristics. When the equalizer in button is not pressed, the EQ is bypassed, but the filters will still work. Now the back panel of the VT900. The power inlet section. The power inlet section also holds a power on-off switch. This had to be done because the STUDER 900 channel strip wouldn't fit in a 19-inch rack otherwise. If you install the VT900 in a rack where you can't access the power switch, you must turn on and off with an external switchable power socket. Next to the power inlet, you will find a fuse holder and a voltage input selector. Please be aware that the internal VT900 PSU is a handcrafted audio-optimized and thus conventional built PSU. Other than a simple switched power supply, it will work 100% analog. Still, you can select the input voltage for 115 volts or 230 volt use. The audio in and outputs. The VT900 features a mic and a line input, plus a line output in XLR format. All inputs and outputs are transformer balanced. The output is modified. It features an active level-up amp with a huge Haufe transformer. The transformer is full of iron and part of the reason why old Neumann and Telefunken modules sound how they sound. We found out that with this slight modification, the VT900 sounds more punchy in the mids. The combination of a great sounding mic preamp with 80 dB gain, very low distortion and a huge headroom, the high pass and low pass filters with continuously selectable frequencies, and a 4-band parametric EQ with switchable Q and bell shelf selection makes the VT900 a great sounding musical tool with an even greater value for money ratio. If you're interested in the VT900, please go to www.vintagetools.de for more information. Thanks for watching.